Perfect. I think we are live everywhere.
Yes, almost, yes.
We are live everywhere.
I think we're live everywhere. Perfect.
I love my Instagram account that notifies me that I'm going live. So hi everyone, we're very happy to be doing yet another live on the state of now, recent developments, and we have so much to talk about. So as always, we'll do a quick recap on what we've been up to, and we actually want to tell you about 3 activities. 2 we think are very positive. 1 is a bit more negative. Sorry, I'm receiving a call at the same time. So the first very positive activity is the fact that we are in a position to hire 2 more people. We've been going for a lot of interviews and we finalized the recruitment process yesterday. So we'll tell you more about this. And then we launched the Women's Rights Campaign on Sunday, which is going extremely well. So we'll tell you even more about this. And the last part, and we also want to brainstorm with you at the same time, concerns coronavirus. So the fact that, a lot of our activities are impacted on the ground because of prohibition to meet, also because in some places it's simply not safe. And we're looking at various ways to be able to organize still.
Yeah, so a lot of meat on the plate, and we have. Let's wait maybe an extra minute for people to join. We have a lot of topics to discuss here from Brussels. It's a wonderful windy day. I don't know about the rest of the world, and I think that
maybe you can do a quick recap of what is now while waiting for the others.
I'd be super happy to do so while we wait for more of our team members to join as well. So now, what is now? Now is the global movement that is working to unite humans from all over the world to counter the biggest global threat of our time. We started only 2 months ago, so we're really new, fresh, and full of energy, with the idea of launching a campaign against climate change. It's our first campaign you still find on our website. And we're going to talk more about this later. And then this Sunday, we launched our second campaign. That was about women's rights. It's about women's rights and achieving equality in politics. That was really exciting. And we definitely had a step up in terms of response and also quality and organization compared to the first one. And now in today's live, as Colombe said, we have a lot of exciting things to share. In particular, a big problem-solving, let's say, more than problem-solving, a big problem that we're trying to counter as a global organization, how to deal with the bans on public gatherings and traveling that obviously coronavirus is causing in many, many countries. And as a global movement, we are probably in the best place to try to coordinate and for an answer to such a crisis, but definitely we're also taking a toll in terms of activities and growth and so on. So it's a big headache.
But let's start with the good news.
Let's start with the good news.
So to tell you quickly about the Women's Rights Campaign, we launched it on International Women's Day, which was on Sunday. And we decided to focus the fight on parity in politics. So the idea of having an equal representation of women and men in political offices across the world. And I don't know if you know, but right now you have, I think, approximately 24% of women in national parliaments and in national legislative bodies. It's nothing, 24%. We make up for 50% of the world population. And this has really bad impacts, not only on women and girls' rights that are not adequately addressed, but also on society as a whole, because when you have parity, you have better governments, less corruption, and you actually have a growth in the economy as well. And if you go on our petition on our website, you'll see all of the numbers and sources on this.
And you should go.
And so as a global movement, we decided to tackle this because we believe that once you have women in power, most issues will be systematically dealt with, because women obviously tend to think more about what other women and girls need. And so we launched the Women's Rights Campaign on Sunday with 3 main elements. The first one is a pledge by over 35 politicians from all over the world. Usually you have representatives of the UN, previous presidents of Pacific Islands, senators from Brazil, Australia, the youngest member of parliament from Tanzania. I mean, we really have people from all over the world that decided to join in the pledge to promise that they will fight for parity during their entire mandate. And this is super important. Obviously, we didn't want to stop there. So we at the same time launched a petition for people like yourselves and us to sign from all over the world that will then send to individual parliaments to ask them exactly for the same thing. So we don't only have like a lot of powerful politicians, but also a lot of together powerful people from all over the world that demand parity. And then the last aspect is the fact that we launched a social media campaign, and Andrea found the hashtag. So I'll let you present it because I know you really like it.
That's my hashtag. You're right. Sorry, I was in the meanwhile trying to share my Facebook. The social media campaign for the women's rights campaign is circular around the message of run like a woman. So our hashtag is actually run like a woman. So playing on the probably the sexist saying of people saying that, you like run like a girl and so on. We use the same sentence to actually turn it around and ensure that actually women from all over the world should and can run for office. And it should be, the legislative measure should be put in place to ensure that there is equality in governance all over the world. So we launched this campaign, and we had the chance to record a lot of really cool videos that Colombe edited herself, because we still didn't have a communication manager.
Which takes so long when you don't know how to do it. It takes so long.
About politicians, they want to basically share their experience of why for them this is the correct message to send on International Women's Day. And I must say that the response has been really positive. Many people use the hashtag, many people share it. Of course, we need to do way more around this campaign, but I believe it's a really good start.
And it's an ongoing campaign, so it will last at least a year. The aim is not just to do a cool social media campaign that trends on the 8th of March, that is International Women's Day. It's to actually ensure that sorry, Andrea is moving this stuff around. Is to actually ensure that we can reach parity, and so that we keep on building pressure throughout the next months and so on. So as Andrea said, we had most of the politicians who signed the pledge record videos explaining why it matters to them. And we're doing the same with influencers, we're doing the same with people and so on. So take a video of yourself and explain why you think having women in politics matters, and post it on social media tagging now for humanity, and putting the hashtag run like a woman. We'll be sharing it, and we can't wait to see your message as well. I must say that we had so far some really amazing ones. So, from volunteers of now who've been working on the campaign, to, for example, the co-deputy of Sao Paulo in Brazil, who's a very strong women's rights advocate, and who was explaining why it matters so much in a country that's like Brazil, where women are subject to violence because of their gender so much and so on.
Yes.
So it's been quite incredible.
It's been amazingly incredible. And so, Colombe, can I ask you to hold 1 second on the phone while I share the video on my personal Facebook, which is also part of the media outlet. So the campaign has started really, really strongly. So we're extremely proud of that.
And so go and check it out. It's at www.now.world/women's. I don't know how you say
right.
English. But there's like a lower tick, right? And you can sign, see the coalition of politicians. We're working on getting a few stuff published as well on this. It's really been amazing. And it's so cool to see literally so many powerful politicians coming together from like 30 different countries. And it's something that rarely happens, and it's one of the strengths of the movement. So we're really, really excited. Like, I was having chills when I was seeing it. And I think
Lau is saying that there is a very loud noise. That's disappointing.
Let us know, Laura, if it's better like this. If you can hear us.
It might be my computer. In the middle.
Anyhow, in the meanwhile, we'll continue, but let us know if you can't hear us. But yeah, we are very excited about it.
Exactly. Oh, it's fine now. Perfect. Any final take on the Women's Rights Campaign?
Go on our website, sign the campaign, participate, become a member, help us shape it.
It's really important, it doesn't take much. It's quite fun, honestly. We've been in many calls and other organizational moments with the team of volunteers that is following this campaign. And it's a super important campaign that touches 50% of this world at least. Obviously, there are also
I would
many,
say 100%.
100% of it. There was I was adding like many men also feel very strongly about these issues. So please join. We really need help to push for that. What is next on our wonderful agenda, Colombe?
So next, we wanted to tell you that we are hiring. So most of you have seen it. We've been going through applications for the last couple of weeks. We received something like 300 applications for 2 positions, which was amazing. The quality was super high. So Andrea and I spent quite some time simply, going through them, and we interviewed over 30 people for the 2 positions. It was a very tough choice because there were so many incredible people, but we finally extended offers to the communication manager and campaign managers who accepted it. The campaign manager is Laura, who's also on the live, who's been working for the Women's Rights Campaign as a volunteer since the beginning of now, and she's really been pushing it forward. And she will be based in London. And the communication manager is called Bettina. She's based in Brussels. And yeah, they will both be joining us on the 1st of April. And we are so excited about this. It will be amazing to have a full team.
I see Laura keep on celebrating the the moment. Yeah, so we're gonna double up the size of the team really soon, and this will obviously help us a lot in managing everything better and more professionally, because obviously so far Colombe was editing the videos, I was fixing the website.
Are you trying to say that my videos were not well edited?
They are amazing.
That's what I thought.
They are amazing. People are really impressed with your editing skills.
That's what I thought.
And we have Claudio also commenting because he knows our future campaign manager.
Yes, Laura organized the first events in London. She also organized the team in London, and we also were very impressed with her skills in managing to put Claudio on point and get him to be active. So yes, Laura is also known as Laura the Bus Journey.
Really cool. So I think we covered, it's a really big news for us, maybe less for our followers, but we wanted to share it a lot. And now should we talk about the next topic, Colombe? I'm looking at you because we have the agenda on the right.
We just also wanted to quickly mention for this topic that one thing that, apart from elevating work from Andrea and I and professionalizing the video editing, the whole communication and the campaign, it will be really useful to be able to engage meaningfully with people at the local level. And so far, just because it's two people full time, it's been very hard to assist as much as we would want to the local teams in pushing forward the campaigns, in answering fast enough and so on. And so this will really help us to really be there for the local teams.
Yeah. Capacity in many different areas of the movement.
Then we wanted to quickly talk about coronavirus.
Yes. As you probably have seen, we have shared a lot of news about it, our points of view on the situation, which obviously is really sad and worrying. But talking more about what this means for our political movement, a growing and starting global movement, it's obviously a big disruption of our operation. Like in many sectors, things are changing. People have to adapt. Probably most of you following here have had to adapt somehow their behavior to the upcoming crisis. Also for us, this is a problem because obviously we rely a lot on, let's say, our theory of change, the one of actually pushing a lot of presence, a lot of growth on the ground in local teams to ensure that we're really close to people. And right now we can't do it anymore. To be fair, we can't even organize events. We can't even...
in many countries, yeah.
Yeah, so we are really, we have to put a lot of energy in finding alternatives. Obviously, it's not something that happens in one day. So next week, we're gonna work really hard on changing or adapting the model for the time being. But we have a couple of really cool ideas, right?
Yeah, so we will work through them tonight with the local campaign teams. So we're trying to plug the computers at the same time. With the local campaigns teams to make sure that they actually make sense before we present them publicly. but we will move a lot of the activities digitally on the short term in countries that are actually, already impacted by them. So already in countries where there's not a lot of risks and you can still gather without a problem, we'll keep on doing events on the ground, signature collections, and so on. In others, it's irresponsible and it's forbidden. So we will start doing more online engagement, and we're looking for ways and softwares to enable us to do it in a meaningful manner. It's not just one person talking at the camera, like right now, for example, but actually enabling more debate and so on.
So if you are bored at home because you have been quarantined or because you have to work from home, follow us, because soon we're going to have hopefully a good solution for you, or something to offer more on the digital landscape compared to, sadly, our beloved physical events that we really want to organize. So coronavirus virus update is done, and obviously if you have tips or ideas on how to adapt that, so what would you like to see? Would you prefer to see a lot of posting on social media? Would you love to see live debates between our campaigners, our members, and experts, and so on? Would you like to be involved in challenges, online challenges? All of this is possible. We're gonna problem solve a lot internally, but if you have any idea about that, just text it on our chat, and we're gonna pick up the idea. Having covered these topic, we had the global climate emergency, because despite the coronavirus, it's not like the world is stopping, and it's not like all the other problems that we are facing are archived. So the global climate emergency is still a big topic for us. We couldn't push the campaign as much as we wanted in the last month because of the women's rights campaign, and also because of other organizational reasons, including the coronavirus adaptation. But we are still running a campaign. The signatures are growing a lot. We had an amazing success in Germany, recently, with a lot of new signatures flying thanks to the push of our team in Cologne. And so basically we will push again this campaign. We are looking for influencers and other things to do for people to be more involved and more part of this obviously really, really important topic that now is a bit like less glamorous than it was 2 months ago, but it's not like anyone solved anything. So be ready for a bit more activity on our side on the global climate topic. And again, also this particular topic might be something we're going to use a lot to debate and involve people online. Right, Colombe?
Yeah, we'll tell you more about it very soon, because we're still trying to find the best way to do it. But we, regardless of what happens and of the methods of organization, we want to push forward the global climate emergency and women's rights campaign. So we'll work hard to do it.
Yes. We definitely work really hard. I'm waving to people that I recognize from previous lives and so on our devices. But yes, so that's it. That we're just to point out that for us, the climate is still a big topic. It's just that we had to, obviously, being two people, focus a lot on the women's rights campaign. But now we're going to have a bigger team. And actually, we have a super cool new forum that's only interesting for members. But we just released the new internal forums, and we are learning how to use them. People are joining by every minute. So it's quite interesting.
And that's all for today. We just wanted to give you a quick update. And I think the next slide will be the last one, where it's only Andrea and I, and then we'll make sure that you meet Laura and Bettina, and that they take care of some of the lives as well. So you can ask them specific questions on, sorry, I just hit you. Specific questions on the communication aspect, on the campaign aspect, and so on.
We know that you're going to miss us a lot, so we're going to make sure to be always around and participate more. And I hope also there's going to be more space to add our views and our ideas on political topics and big challenges that we're facing. As you saw this week, we already tried with some contribution on the coronavirus discussion. We also have a cool piece on women's rights and women political participation that we might release really soon, written by Colombe and I. So we're going to be super engaged. We want you people, all of you, to join us, because it's in times of big difficulties as of now that actually global movements and a new concept of political engagement can flourish and can change things. And I think that the situation which we are into is a perfect case example of why we need now. I think that no country on the planet is dealing properly with the situation we are into.
But unless, even if one country was dealing properly with it, the rest of us will not be in a good situation either. The whole point is we need to be working as one. And, it's not globalization that suddenly created an environment in which virus can go across borders. And the plague 100 of years ago, it was also the case. And it's not stopping at borders. We need to work as one. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. So I think that it's a paradoxically a positive period for now to actually provide a bit of space and a bit of like an environment for people to debate and feel part of something bigger, and maybe also to launch a positive campaign against these scary trends that we see in the world. I like Laura's positivity, our future campaign manager. We need to work as one, definitely, because we see like it's not because a country is on the other side of the planet that they can deal with their problems and we won't face the consequences. And this is something that we have to be really real and really completely. I like to say at ease, but it's not being at ease. It's actually understanding this is the situation. So we hope that now we're going to provide a good ally for people to engage globally. And so all of you that are following this broadcast, remember to join us with a super good follow.
And have a wonderful week. And we can't wait to hear all of your ideas as well as to how we can organize in a different manner in times of coronavirus.
Bye-bye.